Hi guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. So we've got some more huge, absolutely huge transfer breaking news. This one, Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Here we go. Confirmed last night by Fabrizio Romano. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late to this. 150 million for Florian Wirtz. I mean, listen, it's a lot of money. We know Florian Wirtz is a really good, talented player. 150 million, I think it's a little bit too much. But, I have said this for quite a while. I don't really look at transfer prices anymore because they're just silly now, transfer prices. They're absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, I don't really take note of that. Yes, it is far too much money, but, it is what it is. But yeah, what a signing for Liverpool. This is going to be. It's actually quite interesting. Florian Wirtz is a centre attacking midfielder. That is his main position. However, I think Liverpool's midfield last season was very good. I think it was very well balanced. And, they won the league last season, Liverpool. They won the league. So they probably had the best midfield in the league. And now they're adding Florian Wirtz to the mix. I mean, you've got to start Wirtz. You've got to start Wirtz. 150 million, he's going to start. The issue is, who does he replace? That's going to be the interesting factor for Arne Slot. Who does he replace? But yeah, it's another player that Liverpool have signed from Leverkusen this season or this summer. Obviously, they got Frimpong for 30 million from Leverkusen as well, and now they just signed Florian Wirtz. So they're stealing all of Leverkusen's best players. But, Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong, had unbelievable seasons last season. Obviously, they were part of that unbeaten season for Leverkusen 2 years ago. And they are very, very good players. And, Liverpool have took full advantage and they've got them in very quickly. Liverpool are not messing about this summer. And, it is quite worrying for other teams around the league how quickly Liverpool are acting. They've got Frimpong, they've got Wirtz, they've basically got Kirkes, to replace Robertson at left back. Like, they're moving quick, Liverpool, and they're probably going to sign more players. I think they're probably going to sign a striker next. To be honest, I do think they need a striker. But who they go for, we don't know. I don't think there's been concrete talks yet with a striker for Liverpool. But yeah, going back to Wirtz, unbelievable player. He's a very gifted player, Florian Wirtz, and I don't know why, but I don't think this transfer will flop. I don't think it will flop. I just think Florian Wirtz may find it difficult in his first season. I think he's going to need an adjustment period, whereas I think Frimpong, I think he'll do unbelievable straight away, whereas Wirtz, I think he's going to need an adjustment period. I don't know why. I just think that's going to happen because I don't know where he's going to play. I mean, he's got to play. He has to play. This is the issue. I don't know why Liverpool have actually signed him. Because, yes, they need midfield. They need depth in midfield, but they won the league last season. And they probably had the best midfield last season. So it's interesting. It's interesting what Arne Slot's doing. But, he would have been a sought-after player, Florian Wirtz. And Liverpool have acted quickly and they've got it done. But now, you got to feel sorry for Leverkusen, though. You got to feel sorry for Leverkusen and, their new manager, Erik ten Hag. You got to feel sorry for them, because, obviously, like I mentioned previously, they won the league 2 years ago, went unbeaten. This season, they fell short to Bayern Munich, and now they're losing all the best players. And they probably won't compete now with Bayern because they've lost 2 of their main players from that team. And, Erik ten Hag did not want to sell them 2 players. I can guarantee you that right now. He would have wanted to get them 2 players. But I think the money, 150 million, you can't really turn down, can you, really? So, it's one of them. But, you know, for Leverkusen, it's going to be about now just trying to, you know, build a team again. You know, yes, they've still got some quality players, but it's going to be very hard for them now to compete with Bayern Munich next season. I can't see it, to be honest. I think they'll get Champions League football, Bayern Leverkusen, I do, but I just feel like they're just not going to match Bayern now, which is quite a shame. It's quite a shame. And you know, this is the problem with the Bundesliga. You know, Dortmund. Whenever a Dortmund player has a good season, a breakout season, they leave. You know, and it is a problem with the Bundesliga. It is. Bayern just buy everyone, or other players from lower teams leave, and I don't really know how the Bundesliga can balance and fix that, but it's just the way it is. And Florian Wirtz is the next one to leave. But yeah, 150 million, crazy money. You know, I stopped looking at transfer prices when Neymar and Mbappe went to PSG. I gave up with transfer prices at that point because it got stupid then. And I think this will be the biggest transfer of the summer, by the way, price-wise. I don't think anyone's going to beat 150 million. I think that's it. I think that's the highest we're going to see this summer, and it's happened very, very early. And yeah, like I was previously mentioned, I'm worried. I'm worried about Liverpool. You know, I'm a Manchester United fan. Yes, we are absolutely nowhere near Liverpool. We are so far away, it's ridiculous. And they're improving, they're strengthening. You know, for some reason, I see another City-Liverpool, rivalry next season going for that Premier League title. You know, you look at the players Man City have brought in, Cherky, Aït-Nouri, Reinders. They're serious, seriously going about it. Arsenal really yet to get going. Arsenal will be thereabout, but I just feel like with the squad investment that Liverpool and Man City are doing, I think it might be a two-horse race again. I could be wrong. But that at the minute, that's my gut instinct, because how quickly them two teams are moving in the transfer market so far. But what will Wirtz offer to Liverpool? Versatility. He can play cam. I actually do think he can play on the wings as well. Florian Wirtz. I do think he can play on the wings, even though it's not his best position. He can probably play centre mid as an 8 from time to time, but his predominant role is that 10. And I'm trying to remember, did Liverpool play with a 10 last season? I don't think they did. I think they just played with a flatline free midfield, and sometimes they had a CDM. So maybe Arne Slot's going to change the midfield to like 2 holding, Wirtz at cam. It's going to be interesting to see how Liverpool line up with Wirtz. It is. Obviously, Frimpong's the Trent replacement. Kerkez is going to, when that deal gets done, is going to be the Robertson replacement. It's going to be interesting to see where Wirtz plays, but I've just got a feeling he's going to need an adjustment period. And then once he has adjusted, I think he'll be absolutely brilliant. He will ball, Florian Wirtz. It may take time. I think it will take time. But once he gets confident, once he starts to know the league, the pace of the league, I think he'll be absolutely sensational. And, if he does flop, which rarely happens to Liverpool players. Liverpool don't usually sign players that flop. If he does flop, then it's 150 million down the absolute drain. But I don't think he will flop. I think he'll be absolutely fine. Liverpool are in a good place at the minute. Premier League champions. Signing players left, right and centre. They've kept Van Dijk, they've kept Salah. They're going to be absolutely fine. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. Also, guys, let me know, do you think that Florian Wirtz is worth 150 million? Personally, I don't, but that's the market nowadays. But guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.